Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And just as I promised, I do have a application little tutorial here on how to apply press-on nails. And this is just with the quick dry glue. So first you're going to cut your nails and shape them properly, removing any edges, but make sure you still have length. And then you're gonna just cut it short, but not too much. So it just makes sure there's nothing popping out below the press-on. Now, sorry, I do have contact dermatitis, so I don't have the best hands, but I'll show you how to apply the nail regardless. So prepping your nails is crucial, and once you've cut the nail and shaped it, you're going to push back your cuticles with the orange stick. So in my case here, I'm just using the metal one instead. And you're gonna push back your cuticles, clean all that dead skin out, get rid of all the gunk underneath your cuticles, and then clean them with rubbing alcohol. I even go the extra mile at this point, and sometimes I'll even go wash my hands because you will be using rubbing alcohol to clean the surface again at a later point. So once your nails are prepped, you are going to then buff. Well, technically they're not fully prepped yet, but you're going to take either a file or a buffer, and you're going to just make sure that you've got all the little imperfections, and you're going to buff the surface of your natural nail. You're going to make sure that you get all the oils off and that you get kind of a gritty surface. It allows the nail and the glue to adhere better to your natural nail. So here my fingers are buffed, and I'm going to wipe them off again with rubbing alcohol. And then there is a hack that I'm going to tell you guys about. I could not go a full 24 hours without my nails falling off, whether it was glue tabs or quick dry nail glue. By that night and time I went to bed, they would fall off. At least one or two would fall off when I'm trying to move my pillow or grab my weighted blanket. So I have found a trick hack. I've tried it and it works. So hopefully it works for you guys as well. Now, once the prep is done and your hands are all wiped and clean, you're going to take your quick dry nail glue as such. I just have the Kiss Power Flex. Really, it's nothing to flex about. And you're going to put the quick dry nail glue, regardless of the kind that you're using, on your natural nail. So you're going to cover your natural nail, and you don't want to put too much, not too thick, but you want to make sure you have it fully covered. And then you're going to let that dry. So here it looks like I'm painting my nails, but I'm just adding the quick dry glue onto my nails, and then I'm going to let that dry. So I'm just applying really quickly here the quick dry nail glue over top of my fingers. Good habit is to just turn the lid, whether it's polish or anything, just because spillage. So it's dry, and you're gonna do the exact same thing over again, but if you are taking a video, try to stay in frame. I'm super bad for that, but you're going to do it all over again. So once the nail glue is dry, you're going to take your file or buffer and you're going to go over it and buff it again and wipe it, which is going to give yet even more grip and adherence to your nail and the press on. So just, you don't have to be too picky. Just make sure you buff most of it, just enough to get a good grip on that nail glue. So now, exactly like earlier, you're going to come back in with your rubbing alcohol and wipe those bad boys clean of any oil and dust left over. It's also a good habit to wipe the back of your press-ons. So if there's any residue from, the glue tab or sticky tack that they use, and then you're going to take about, I would say, a quarter of the way down. If they're semi-frosted, I usually just fill up that space. And this is the hard part to show on camera, but first you're going to align your nail, make sure it's straight, but then you're going to push it down on a 40-degree angle, starting at your cuticle, and then push it from your cuticle down right to the end of your natural nail. And the thing here is you don't need to push hard. A lot of people seem to get an aneurysm because they're pushing the nails so hard because they think it's going to make the glue stick better. But if the nail is too curved and you put some glue on there and you push it too hard down and it dries and you let go, that curved nail is just going to pop right off. So you don't need to press too hard. Just make sure that it feels like it's the right fit. And once you feel that it is sturdy, you can let go. And voila, first nail is done. Then you're going to repeat for the rest of your nails, obviously. So I would say about a quarter of the way down by the cuticle of the press-on, you're going to add more glue, straighten it up with your real nail, align it, make sure it's straight, and then 40-degree angle from the cuticle, flat down and press. Again, not too hard. You don't want the nail to pop off due to excessive pressure when you applied it. And hold it for about 30 seconds, and voila. All of these nails are on and they haven't felt sturdier. Just by adding that extra layer of glue and buffing it really makes a huge difference. But if you guys have any nail hacks with glue